that awesome for you guys? Yeah, Brian was there, I know it was. So this is a critical piece. We train our road warriors, we want them to call the customer when they're on the way. Because for the same reason we want you guys to engage in great conversation, by the time that road warrior shows up to the door, we want them to be their friend already. We want them to have had a great connection already on the phone. So we want the road warriors calling when they're on the way. All right, so that interaction happens. Now the technician comes and he goes through and he does his evaluation. Another scene in the movie, all right? After the evaluation, he comes and he presents options. Another scene in the movie. Does he give one option? Does he give multiple options? Does he give 6 options? You know, people like choices. They like to have options. So we want to make sure that we give them some options. Right, Veronica? Right. Give them options. All right. So after that, they take action and they get their work done. Evaluation. They give them options. They get the work done. Take swift action to get the work done. And then they go through a finalization process. This is a finalization process. At the end of the call, finalization is where they go through, they show the customer what they've done, they show them where they've placed emergency shut-off stickers or valve tags on the equipment. They go through the final paperwork, get their authorizations, and collect the payment with them. So that's the finalization process, another scene in the movie. Then there might be scenes after this, right? So how many of you do a happy call afterwards? Okay, a few of you do a happy call, make sure things went well. Another scene in the movie. Then sometimes a county might have to call them back, right? Another scene in the movie. So every time we have an interaction with a customer, a touch point, we need to think about what that process looks like, because in the customer's mind, they see it as one big movie. We tend to see it as, oh, we're just the CSR. Oh, we're just the service coordinator. Oh, we're just the road warrior. This is a scene that goes continuous throughout that customer's journey as they're doing business with us. And as long as things are going great, they're giving us a 10 here, a 10 here, a 10 here, a 10 here, oops, didn't get a call. Now what happens? This could become a moment of misery instead of a moment of magic, right? So the wheels could come off the bus at any time. So we have to make sure we have good processes in place to make sure the customer receives a world-class experience throughout the whole thing. So give me something you just heard. What did you just hear?
All the pieces coming together to make
magic, right?
Make
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime the wheels of the bus could come off, right? And there's movies that have multiple endings, right? Well, our customer's journey can do the same thing. It can have multiple journeys, multiple endings. We want to make sure we're continually driving those interactions, those touch points with us towards a world-class service experience at every point along the way.
Because at any given time, the disconnect will cause them to become disconnected from what we're offering.
Right. It's all about continuing to build trust. Continuing to build trust.
Word is strong.
Word is strong. Good. Love it. All right, what else did you guys hear?
I like the happy call.
Happy call?
I must say that I like the happy call. I got with Diane and I asked her, when do you make the happy call? And she was like, as soon as the technician leaves, you call and you make the connection with them to see if they're satisfied. Because like we normally do it like at the end of the week.
How does that work out for you?
They forgot about them.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much like they forget.
Yeah.
Like they forget, but if you call during the process, like as soon as the technician leaves, if they have any questions or they may have forgotten something or something like that, then there's a direct, immediate.
Well, and the other reason, we'll go off on this, since we're here, we're going to go off on this for a little bit, the happy call and the importance of it, and I'll get it in just a second, Brian. But, I love to do a happy call, and I love to do it at the point where the technician is still there. They might be like, it's not like, creeping, in the home or something, but he's probably not too far down the road. Number one, they're going to be home. When you wait to do it till, a week later or whatever, they're not home anymore. The other reason that we want to do it right away is we live in a world today where if somebody's not happy, what can they do? Post on social media. We live in an instant gratification society. So we want to make sure that we've delivered world-class service. So if we have it, and he's not too far down the road, I can turn him back around and we can turn that 7, 8, whatever it may be that they give us into a 10, a world-class service experience. And that's why it's so important that we do it at that point. Did you have something you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I wanted to share something. So, what sounds better? Because I hear a lot of people do these happy calls, and then what happens is it's kind of like, well, was our technician professional? And if I was on the other side, I'm like, well, why are you asking me that? What about if it was a thank you call instead? Hey, I just wanted to give a call and say thank you for the business today. Is there anything else that you need us to help you with? Or is there anything else in the future? Is that different? One is like happy, I'm wondering if you should be happy. I'm like, shit, you should be ecstatic. Like, you should be calling me in excitement versus I just wanted to give you a call. I'm one of the managers or leaders here at the service company. I just wanted to call you and say thank you. Thank you. And if there's anything you ever need, you're looking into another project, or if you have a friend and family member that I can take care of, do me a favor, reach out and call me. And I'm going to help you out. Now that's the difference, isn't it? Now I do believe in, and actually Denise taught me this, and a lot of you guys, she didn't share this unless I missed it in the beginning. Actually, Denise was one of my coaches when I was growing gold medal. A lot of you don't know that, which is probably eight years ago. It's a long time ago. And she came out, one of the things that she shared with me 8 years ago was, which I do think is a great way to, and really there's only one question you need to ask people anyway, and I wouldn't ask it on a happy or thank you call. I would use the automated survey. And Denise taught me that, and I use a company called CallCap. And I love CallCap. What they do is, now you guys tell me so you can help us if it's true or not. Someone gets on the phone, because I used to come in every morning, and I used to go over to the girl that does happy calls. I had someone, and I'm like, how's everything going? She goes, everybody's happy. And I'm like, everybody's? Yeah, everybody. Next day, I kept wanting someone to be mad. I'm like, then I'm sitting there thinking, and one day I'm sitting over to the side and I'm watching her, and she's all bubbly. She's like, hi, it's so-and-so from Gold Medal Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric. How are you today? And I'm like thinking, who the fuck's going to tell her they're upset? No one wants to hurt her feelings. She's so nice. They're never going to tell her she's like something went wrong. So then what we did was we implemented an automated survey that it's a robot. Now I bet all of you were honest with a robot. It's like, rate us from 1 to 10, and you're like 1, right? If it's AT&T or something, you're like, well, they've improved a lot. I'd say AT&T's pretty amazing today. But if you go back a while ago, like I would rank them 0, right? So if you look at it, the automated survey asks the questions, no emotions to it. I just sit there and hit a number. Now here's the cool thing. In business, you want to parachute, right? Like how do you keep, there's 2 ways to keep people from giving you bad reviews and bad social media. What's way number 1?
Don't give bad service.
Be amazing, right? Be amazing, and you won't ever have to worry about bad reviews. Number 2 is to give a vehicle where if they feel they're let down, they can voice their opinion, the automated survey, which means if they hit anything below an 8 above is great, below an 8, if they hit a 7, it immediately sends an email to the manager. And the manager calls up, hey, so we just got our automated survey, and it looks like we let you down. Completely embarrassed, and I want to make it right now. That's fast, right? And there's only really one question that summarizes all customer satisfaction. Who knows what the one question that the answer says, amazing or not? Want to take a guess at it? I know Denise knows because she told me to share. Would you refer us to a friend or family member? And if the answer is yes, were you amazing? And if the answer is no, you're not. It's just like this. Survey your employees with an anonymous survey and ask them, would you refer us to one of your friends? If 70% of them or 60% say no, you probably know why you're not getting a lot more great employees, right? Because they're not telling anybody about it. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to let you finish.
Can I ask a quick question? I don't know if it's also
Yeah.
something that we could talk about later. Like, in our happy calls, when the technician makes a recommendation or anything like that, we are never taught to follow up on that lead right then and there?
So,
And mix it all kind of together, you find out if they, like the service, did the technician go over your recommendations with you? And then we kind of reiterate.
Can I help with that one real quick,
Yeah.
please? So first off, just so I'm clear, is this, the guy went to the house, which I want all of you to change that technician to expert. Because the technician's like this. I fix plumbing. An expert's like this. I save the world, right? So we're gonna fix that. Number two, are we talking about I gave them prices and customer said, not now, and then they left? And then you call and follow up? Or did I do a job and there was additional stuff? So I'm clear.
They did a job and just made recommendations.
So they made money, customer paid them for value, they left, there were some other recommendations. Okay, cool. So if you're gonna follow up on that, hey, just wanted to call and thank you for the business. I'm checking in, how's that working? Do you love it? And like, hey, by the way, I see the Billy talked to you about, what do you guys do? But talk to you about water filtration. And I just had a question for you. Is that something that you were thinking about doing sooner or later? And if it's a sooner thing, I gotta tell you something, just came across this morning, we have an incentive program. If it's a later thing, then it doesn't make any sense to talk about this. But if it's a sooner thing, I wanna share it with you, because what he put down on here, which this has to be true, don't ever lie. But if it's like a Connecticut water filtration, if it's a sooner thing, I gotta tell you something, I just went to the water cooler, and we have the Novo system or Connecticut system, I just filled it up, and I gotta tell you something, me, I like coming here and drinking the water better than my own home. Now, it's gotta be true. Now, for me, it's true. I have the generator in my house. I have the Lennox equipment in my house. I have the Connecticut water filtration in my house. I don't drink out of the faucet. But imagine that customer, you say, is it a sooner or later? Because I gotta tell you, I just went over there and filled up my water bottle with Connecticut water. And if I was to tell you from my perspective, and I would say, I'm not selling you none, I'm just sharing with you. You decide to buy or something, that's up to you. But when I drink out of that thing, it's like I'm drinking out of a mountain stream from like Colorado.
Your approach made me look for my water.
Your water.
And like now all of a sudden I'm thirsty. I'm like, oh,
That's right. That's the power of the approach. The power of the approach. Now, it's not a strategy or something. It's the willingness to want to serve somebody so bad that I just want to help you. That's what I want to do. All this, and most of the gurus out there today, these sales gurus that a lot of them, your bosses use it with them, they hate me. Because I'm sitting here saying, serve the customer so well, they just love to buy value from you. They're out there saying, well, when they say this, you say, well, when will your wife be home? Will it be around 3:30 or 4? It's like, that's what stalkers do. Like, that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. No, do any of you like to be sold? Do you? You want to be sold shit? None of you want to be sold. You know what it feels like. My wife and I went to PC Richards the other day, and there came that guy. You know when he pops out at like bottom of the TV section, he's like, hey. And we're like, shit. You need any help? What are you looking for? And we're like, not yet. Well, if you do, and then you know he's just all cheesy and stuff. And you're like, here we go. You dread it, don't you? You want someone just to wave from you from the door and say, welcome to PC Richards. If there's anything I can help you with, I'll be here. And I'm like, oh, awesome, brother. This one. Let's go take a look. That's why I just want to know you're there when I need you. Is that correct? Okay, was that helpful answering some of that stuff?
I just have one before you close out on me. So, without me getting confused though, if we're making a happy call before the technician is technically even leaving or like right after they walk out the door, wouldn't it be kind of forward to instantly talk about the recommendations?
I wouldn't do any of that if it was me, just so you know. First off, the guy on the job should have done a really, really good job of presenting things that make logical sense. And if the customer wanted to say yes, you need breathing room.
Right, and that was my thing. So like maybe just thinking for my team, how she's speaking is how we normally do it. We call the customer, we call them the same day that they have the appointment, and then we're like, oh, the technician recommended blah 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 blah. Well, the technician was just there an hour ago, and apparently they told the technician no. So maybe we can do the recommendation follow-ups at another time, like end of month or end of week or end of the season or something, and say, hey, last month we recommended blah blah blah. Is that an hour later thing? And keep it separate from the thank you, right? Because
Yeah, for me it doesn't, okay, so our process was, first off, if the guy did not, if the customer said, no, I don't wanna buy value now, so we got a no, not now, well then the guy had to call before he left the house. Because we wanna make sure, is there anything we can do for the customer? Now, let's say the guy did work, but he gave some extra recommendations, which makes sense, he leaves, we send the automated survey. Now we'll follow up maybe 30 days later and say, we're just checking in, how is it, do you love it? I'm not calling to say, how is it broken? I'm calling like, just want to thank you again for the business. We'd love to just do a check-in and make sure you still love it today as much as the day we put it in. Is that different? It's very different than, are you happy, that intention. And then we say, hey, by the way, I was looking on this thing, and actually before I called you, I want to know, is this something you're thinking about now? I love Walgreens. And who's a Walgreens shopper? I love Walgreens. I go up there, it happened, I think my wife the other day with me, at Walgreens, and I check out, and the woman, they're really nice at Walgreens. I found most people at Walgreens, and she picks up that little book, and she's like, hang on a minute. Licks her fingers, which freaks me out. She does the double finger lick, and said,